Fashion's a very personal thing, isn't it? Even so, we think there'll be plenty of takers for this car, the second generation version of Peugeot's 3008. Like its predecessor, it's a family-sized crossover SUV, but this time round, the emphasis is very much more on the SUV aspect. There's lots of different design and extra features to set it apart from rival models, and an efficient range of engines that'll satisfy more sensible folk.
Set off in a 3008, and one of the first things you notice is the size and positioning of this tiny steering wheel, part of an iCockpit design that requires you to view the instrument binnacle above the wheel rather than conventionally through it. Now that means the wheel can be smaller and it can be positioned closer to the driver, giving a more connected feel that encourages wrist flick direction changes. Now that complements much improved driving dynamics this time around, which see this Peugeot much keener to change direction. If only the development team would be able to give this car a little more steering feel, well, we might even have called it quite fun to drive. And it is still one of the best riding crossovers of its kind. Under the skin, most of the mechanicals are shared with the French maker's 308 family hatch, including the sophisticated EMP2 platform and all the engines. Now these include 1.6 and 2 litre Blue HDI diesels and a zesty 1.2 litre 3-cylinder PureTech petrol unit. Now, rather unnecessarily, the brand has also thrown in its older 1.6 litre THP 165 bhp turbo petrol engine as an auto-only option further up the range. The volume 1.6 litre Blue HDI 120 bhp diesel variant is the one that most likely customers will choose. This variant is capable of 70.6 miles per gallon on the combined cycle and 104 grams per kilometre of CO2. As before, all mainstream models come only with two-wheel drive, but buyers can specify an optional advanced grip control package that offers grippier tyres, hill assist descent control and extra driving modes tailored to different kinds of terrain. As with the original 3008 model, Peugeot's designers set out to achieve something stylish and distinctive here. The difference is that this time around that they've achieved it. Though something of the Mark I model's profile remains with this crossover, the short, tall, dumpy looks that characterised that early car have been replaced with something far more sophisticated and SUV-like. Time to take a seat inside. Now, the saving grace of the first generation 3008 was its quality interior, and the French maker has raised its game again this time around, with a major cabin talking point being the latest evolution of what Peugeot calls its iCockpit layout. Now, as in the brand's smaller models, this sees you looking at the instrument gauges over the top of the steering wheel rather than through it, but a key difference with this 3008 lies in its standard provision of this fully configurable and customisable 12.3-inch colour screen in place of the usual dials. Just about everything else you'll need to know can be found on what looks like a tablet PC that's attached to the fascia, a multifunction 8-inch colour touchscreen that deals with the stereo, the phone and the navigational functions, plus the ventilation. It can also display your chosen settings for the iCockpit amplifier system that's standard on a GT model like this one. Via two settings, relax and boost, this setup offers a one-touch change to the things that you see, sense, smell and feel in your travelling environment. Time to take a seat in the rear. And once inside, you'll also appreciate this second generation 3008 model's extra 62mm of wheelbase, something that's freed up 24mm of extra cabin length for knees and legs back here. Finally, let's take a look in the boot. Once the hatch is raised, an impressively large 591 litre space is revealed. That's nearly 90 litres more than the previous generation model could offer. In summary, this is, in short, a very sophisticated kind of compact SUV. Crossovers, it seems, have moved on. To find out how far, try driving one of these.